Welcome to John Pointon & Sons. Our site here in Cheddleton, in the heart of the Staffordshire moorlands, is probably the largest and busiest rendering site across Europe. During your visit, your health and safety is vitally important to us. I would therefore please ask you to watch carefully the following video and take note of the instructions. If during the course of your visit you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to ask any of my management team. I wish you a safe visit. Thank you.
John Pointon & Sons have invested in the health and welfare of its employees and the local community with the new access roadway and state-of-the-art sports facilities. On your arrival, please ensure that you sign in with security or clock on. When you leave the site, please ensure that you sign out. It is very important that we are aware of how many people are on site at any one time to ensure everyone's safety and protection. Smoking is not permitted on this site or within any vehicle used for company business, except where otherwise stated. John Pointon & Sons has built its safety culture on the following key management principles: leadership, trust, accountability, integrity, engagement, recognition. The company believes that safe behaviour is fundamental to a safe place of work, and the following core values are shared by everyone. All incidents are preventable. No one should be harmed or suffer ill health. Everyone has a zero tolerance of unsafe behaviour. Everyone is accountable for ensuring a safe and healthy place of work. We also have a zero tolerance policy for the use of alcohol and drugs. The company operates and enforces a random and with cause drug and alcohol screening program. Please ensure that you abide by the policy. Staff, visitors and contractors must wear the mandatory safety protective equipment at all times. This consists of safety footwear, a high visibility coat or waistcoat, eye protection, and a colour-coded hard hat. Blue for visitors, white for management and supervisors, yellow for general production staff and drivers, orange for Category 1 production staff, red for maintenance, electrical and garage staff, green for water treatment plant staff, black for trainers, grey for charge hands. Additional personal protective equipment is required for certain jobs and areas, such as hearing, respiratory and hand protection. New employees and visitors will be provided with the appropriate equipment for their job. The company has a health and safety management system that's certified to BS OSAS 18001. As part of this system, we operate a permit to work system based on risk assessments. In addition to protecting our employees and contractors, this process also enables us to consider the environmental impact of any proposed work. Please ensure you have the correct permit to work and your company has undertaken a risk assessment and provided a method statement for the task you're on site for. For example, hot work, confined space working, and working at height. If in any doubt, please check with the management team before commencing work. The company is led by Chairman Carl Pointon, Chief Executive Officer Martin Pointon, Managing Director Steve Durant, and Technical Director Barney Williams. There's also an operations manager and a team of managers covering each section of the company's on-site operations. Please feel free to speak to any member of the management team if you have any concerns whilst working on site. The site covers a considerable area and has various sections: general parking, transport operations, administration, Category 1 and 2 material processing areas, Category 3 material processing area, production line 6 and 7, water treatment plant, maintenance and electrical department, energy resource park, and off-site meal stores. Vehicle and pedestrian interaction on site is a prime concern for safety. Pedestrians are required to use the clearly marked walkways and crossings at all times. Whilst on site, all drivers must keep to the relevant speed limits. These speed limits are signposted locally and are 5 miles per hour in processing areas, 10 miles per hour on the on-site roadways, and 20 miles per hour on the on-site access road. If you hear the fire alarm when you're on site, please safely stop what you're doing, leave the building via the nearest signposted fire exit, and report to your designated fire assembly point. You'll need to make yourself aware of its location prior to starting work. If you're a visitor, please follow your host and make yourselves known to a member of the management team. You must not return to the buildings until the all clear has been given. In the event of a gas emergency, there are several external isolation valves that must be closed to shut off the mains gas supply. These are adjacent to boiler house, blood plant, thermal oxidizer plant. On site, we have a qualified team of first aiders and first aid facilities in key locations. First aiders are clearly identifiable by a badge on their helmets. All members of the security team are first aid trained. If you need further assistance, please contact a member of staff who'll direct you to the appropriate place or person. If you have an accident or witness a near miss on site, please report the details to a member of the management team or security who'll guide you through the reporting system. There's a team of safety representatives who can answer your concerns and take any prompt action necessary. We also conduct regular occupational health medical assessments to protect you and ensure your health. There are policies and procedures for working in confined spaces and working alone. For detailed information, please refer to the correct section of the Company Health and Safety Manual. This is available on request from the management team. Only competent people who've received the appropriate confined space work and entry training are authorised to carry out confined spaces operations. Work of this nature will always require a written safe system of work, including a risk assessment, permit to work, and permit to enter. All employees and contractors who are required to drive forklift trucks or plant on site receive an authorised driver's card. This will allow them to only operate the vehicles that they've received the appropriate training for. Do not attempt to operate vehicles that you're not authorised or trained to use. Employees and contractors are required at all times to maintain high standards of housekeeping. A tidy site is a safe site. All permit-to-work tasks must be signed off after completion of the work by an authorised person. John Pointon & Sons are continually striving to reduce their impact on the environment. Our performance is monitored by the Environment Agency. This includes all our emissions to air, water, and to land. The company has been issued an environmental permit which stipulates the way work must be conducted on the site in order to minimise environmental impact. The two biggest causes of complaints to the site are due to odour and noise levels. In order to reduce these, the company has invested heavily in a state-of-the-art odour abatement plant and a high-efficiency water plant. To maximise the odour abatement plant, all doors must be closed at all times. Any breakdowns or spillages which have a potential environmental impact are documented using the Environmental Near-Miss reporting system. All managers and employees have a responsibility to ensure that all routine and non-routine work is carried out in accordance with the requirements of the environmental permit. Failing to operate in this way may incur site warnings and large fines for the company. Any deviations from the permit requirements must be reported to the environmental manager immediately. Our emissions are measured and recorded on a regular basis and reported routinely to the Environment Agency. The company demonstrates its ongoing commitment to the environment by participation in both a climate change agreement and the emissions trading scheme. The company has a quality management system that's certified to ISO 9001. We also have an environmental management system that's certified to BS ISO 14001, with instructions covering topics such as waste, spillages, effluent treatment, and use of utilities. These procedures are used in conjunction with the environmental permit for site operations. We currently recycle 40% of all water used on site. In order to comply with essential environmental procedures, any on-site spillage must be reported to the water treatment plant without delay. Our environmental systems are sensitive and can be affected by sudden surges of contaminated materials. All environmental issues, however large or small, such as spillages, black smoke emissions, or breakdowns, should be reported to the environmental manager. Please behave appropriately and follow these guidelines. Remember that health, safety, and environmental compliance starts with you. Safety starts with you. Make your target 0.